Getting recruited is probably the single most challenging aspect in the lives of high school student athletes. Going from high school athlete to college athlete presents dozens and dozens of different challenges that student athletes have to navigate through in the challenging world of getting recruited. It is not as easy as just putting on your school colors and going out there for game time and hoping that you are discovered by a college coach. High school student athletes, I believe in you. I know you are talented enough to get discovered by college programs because you're working very hard. You've got a lot of athletic ability. You've got great academic strength. You're doing everything that you can to get recruited for college, but there is still going to be something that is missing that you need every single day that's going to be in your corner to push you in the right direction when it comes to getting recruited for college. Think about this for a minute. Who's pushing your name out there to college coaches? You can go to all the camps you want to, play on all the best club teams that are available in your city and town, your state. You could be on a championship high school team that has a great season, wins all the games, wins the state championship, but you could still be ignored by college programs. That's just the way it is sometimes. Sometimes the best athletes are getting overlooked still. The reason is there's just so many athletes out there to choose from, and college coaches are going to recruit only the athletes they have enough information on, enough video, an athletic profile, stats, grades, information that is constantly and consistently getting in their hands. If you're not one of those athletes who is producing quality information that can get into the hands of college coaches over and over again, you're going to have a problem because there's so many athletes looking to play in college. College coaches can't recruit them all. They can't find them all. Plus, they're only looking for the best. So if you are short when it comes to academics, your GPA is not that good. I saw someone the other day had a GPA of 1.4, a 1.4 GPA, but they had a SAT score that was 1100. That's still going to be a problem in getting into college. They're going to have to go to junior college. You've got a lot of athletes out there who have various shortcomings that are preventing them from making it to the next level. Do something about it now while you're in high school. You know, there are so many things that you have to do, that you have to get done in the recruiting process, that families sometimes are starting this process when it's too late. You know, it's like after their season is over with, during their senior year. Football season is over, and now you want to start aggressively attacking the college recruiting process because maybe you thought that someone was going to help you during your junior year, and then when that help did not arrive in your senior year, you are scrambling around trying to make it happen. High school student athletes need representation when it comes to getting recruited for college. The recruiting process is serious business. If you go at it alone, you could run the risk of screwing up the college recruiting process forever. There are thousands of high school student athletes, probably more than that, but let's just say thousands, who end up not going to college at all. These are athletes who have good everything. Good measurables, height, weight, good academics, everything is good, but someone did not represent them. It's like, for example, if you were in a car accident, someone smashed up your car, so obviously you're going to sue the other person's insurance company to collect damages. That's why we have car insurance. But as a car driver, you wouldn't take on the responsibility of challenging the insurance agency on your own because you don't know what you're doing. That's why you hire a lawyer to represent you. The lawyer is going to go out and get you the most amount of money for the damages, get you the most amount of money. So you wouldn't do that by yourself. So it's the same with recruiting. You got student athletes and parents who are going out there to take on something that is extremely serious, okay? Extremely important, very critical. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to waste time. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to mess it up. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to put yourself in a situation where you end up at a college program beneath your athletic ability. Maybe you're a D1 kid, but only D3 schools are recruiting you. Maybe you're a D2 kid, but something else is going wrong and you only are getting information from D3 schools, but you know you're better than that. So you need representation to get recruited for college. Without it, you don't know what you're doing. You know, there's a lot of student athletes and their parents who wait for a couple of years before they finally take the recruiting process serious, and then they're trying to squeeze in 24 months of recruiting into maybe 6 months that they have left during their high school senior year. You know, from the time their season is going on to when the season is over, you don't have a lot of time. You're wasting time. So I think it's important. I think it's critical. I think it is extremely necessary for student athletes to be represented by college recruiting services. I think it's important to seek out the help of Woods Recruiting. We're going to help you get recruited for college. We're going to put your name in the hands of college coaches. We're going to educate you on all aspects of the recruiting so you don't make mistakes and so you don't waste time. Our job, our goal, our only focus is to get student athletes in college. Student athletes, you need to have proper representation. Without it, you're just going to be like a dog chasing its tail. Grades are critical in getting recruited for college. I can guarantee you this. If you have bad grades, you will become invisible to college coaches. It's just as simple as that. There are these message boards or groups or whatever on Facebook, and where athletes can post their information. Hopefully they're being discovered. They want to be discovered by college coaches, but when you look at their grades, there is a reason why they're posting on these groups, because they have bad grades. They may have all the athletic talent in the world, but if you got a 1.1 GPA and a 900 on the SAT, you're not going to Ohio State or Michigan or any big-time college program. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to go to any scholarship-producing type program right out of high school with those kind of grades. So my advice to student athletes would be to focus as much attention as you do athletically to building up your athletic skills and talents. You're putting a lot of attention into that. Put that same kind of effort into academics, because if you don't, you're going to go to junior college, or you're going to play college recruiting musical chairs, where you're going to go to a junior college, you're going to leave that one, go to another junior college, leave that one, maybe go to an NAIA school, you don't like it there and you leave that one. Next thing you know, you've gone to 3 or 4 schools in 4 years and you're wasting valuable athletic time and you're getting nothing out of it. When you can prevent this from happening by taking care of your business in high school. Get it done in the classroom so you can avoid the college recruiting musical chairs. The process of getting recruited is really not as simple as you think. It requires time, a lot of time. I see where families wait until their senior year to put everything they've got into recruiting, thinking that someone is going to do it for them for free. And so when they've used up all their free coupons, then they are desperate for college recruiting help, and it may not be there, or it could be too late. And so the process should start early. At the latest, your junior year, at the absolute latest. I mean, it still can happen in your senior year, but you're just going to limit the number of schools that are going to be available to you, or if it's not D1, it could be scholarship dollars. Academics play a role. Are you registered with the clearinghouse? Have you taken the SAT or ACT? How many times are you going to take it? Far too many student athletes wait to the last minute to take that test, and then they just messed up, and they're out of options. Okay, so these are some of the things. Video. Do you have a lot of video? You know, get the video where you are playing the entire game, where you're showing the entire game, basically is what I'm trying to say. You know, video clips only tell part of the story. Can you play offense, defense? How do you act when you're coming out the game? You know, coaches want to see all aspects. And so it's important to have a lot of video. You know, video clips just tell a partial glimpse of what you can do athletically. You know, so then once you have all of that, who's going to tell that story for you? Okay? And so you've got to have that story told in such a way where college coaches are going to listen. So those things are important to getting recruited for college, but the most important thing is to start the process as soon as possible, as early as possible, to give yourself enough time, because you are going to make mistakes. But if you only have 6 months left in recruiting, you don't have a lot of time to fix those mistakes. Recruiting is critical. Recruiting is important to a lot of student athletes, and the bottom line is I believe in all high school student athletes.